Hey everybody, welcome to another RodzSquad Retro Reviews. We're back. Had some coffee. Busy day. It's been a busy few months, man. We had a lot of changes in our lives, me and the missus and the fam. But hopefully everything is set. We have some time right now to do some videos. And the video, obviously, we want to finish up is what we've been doing with the PS Classic. The actual mini console that took a lot of heat last year. Remember, babe?
Yep.
Took a lot of heat last year because of the emulation. I guess Sony rushed it onto the market, and I know we're a year later, but you know what? After spending quality time with this, and we actually got a few of them, now is actually a great time to get them. If you could pick them up at GameStop, they're selling them for $25.
Yep.
You know, and you might think that might not be worth it. I'm gonna tell you how it is worth it. So anyway, the PS Classic is what we're gonna finish talking about today here at RodzSquad Retro Reviews. Happy 2020, guys! We're back. We're gonna give it a close look. Alright guys, so as I was just mentioning, we are actually going to finish talking about the PS Classic. Again, this is a console, one of the mini consoles that came out because of the success of the other mini consoles, especially the NES Classic, which we feel at the time it was the best out of all of them. You gotta admit that,
yes.
Right? Because of the simple fact the emulation and what you can do with it after hacking it. Well, we went ahead and gave the other ones, we hacked the other ones too and added all these extra these ROMs and stuff like that. So actually we had the whole library for many of these different consoles already loaded onto these, which is pretty cool. And we're still working on getting the Genesis one. We saw some people have put it up on the on YouTube on how they came up with some kind of a connecting flash drive so we can hack it. But from what I saw, they were only adding 100 games to it. I might be wrong. But I have to double check that. But of course, if I'm wrong, guys, just let me know. I love the feedback. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and talk about this. Actually, I do like this because just the simple fact and how cute it is. The thing about these things that really that boggles me is the fact that how closely they made these minis look like they're actually consoles.
They're so
From
cute.
The Nintendo, from the NES to the Super NES to the Genesis. I mean, they made them look like they're mini little cells, which is pretty cool. Obviously, it doesn't open up, but it does have a start button. It has a reset button. It has the eject button. And I don't know what we have the eject button for. What do we have the eject button for?
I have no idea.
We got power. We got open. And it doesn't open. Does it? No. I never noticed
No.
that. Did you ever notice it?
It doesn't open.
It doesn't open. So it's just there for cosmetic view?
Yes.
Right? Then it has the two USB connections in the front. I'm going to explain to you what this is right here. But two USB so you could use the actual USB connecting classic PlayStation controllers from way back when. No analog though. Kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, I don't like that.
It would have been cool if it would have done
like
that, but
the
I think they would have worked on bringing it out if this was more successful. But because they rushed it out, you know, what are you going to do? They made their decision, but because they made that decision doesn't mean that this was not worth it. And actually it has everything. It really resembles the actual console. It even has the
vents.
Yeah, the vents on the side, and the back is connected to the HDMI. Also, it has the USB micro connection to it, so you could go connect the wire to it, the head, and plug it in. And it came with everything. This is one of those that came with everything. A couple of these things, for some reason, I don't know why they don't come with everything.
It didn't come with the USB port thing.
But
the wire.
Again, it got a lot of heat. And the heat was the fact that the emulation and the games that were picked for this. There's only about 20 games, am I correct?
They
about 20
sucked.
Games. So what we had to do is we wanted to know or find out if there was a way to make this worthwhile more. And it took a lot of time, and obviously we were working, so we were doing it in spurts and stuff like that. We're looking it up on YouTube. We were able to see how other people were doing it. So it was a lot of trial and error. A lot of things that we do is trial and error. We do it by error. You know, however we do it, we actually get to do it. So I'm going to go connect this real quick and just show you what we were able to do. But before I do that, just to let you know, this USB is what it has. We were able to load all the different emulated games to it, plus the different systems. So I'm going to show you pretty much what it looks like on a dashboard. But because of that, obviously you couldn't connect a second controller to it because you always needed to have this right here connected so it could boot up. Trick is, once you do this, we're using a system called Auto Bleed and RetroArch. The trick to this is that if you get one of these and you're able to do it, you have to ensure that your system is not plugged in, it's not powered. The power cord cannot be on this. You connect it to the second side, then you go ahead and you can make the connections. But we use this, which is a USB multi-tap, so you can connect other controllers to it, so you could still have the 2-player option, which is what's really, really fun about these things. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that in there. I'm going to go ahead and connect it to the back of the TV. Cool thing is that we can customize it, so we were able to customize how we wanted it to look. So I'm going to go ahead and power this baby up. I'm trying to get out of your way, guys. But brother, get in there. You know, put it upside down. Get in there. Okay. So now, juice is running to it. It'll take a few seconds for the system to have some power to it. We have it connected to our HDMI right now. I'm going to go ahead and connect the controller to it, to the multi-tap here, the USB multi-tap, so we can play more than one, obviously, if you want to do that. Then we're going to go ahead and power it up. The system is going to power up, so give it a few seconds as it's setting itself up. As you can see, love that sound, by the way. That brings back a lot of memories, doesn't it? Okay, now the system is starting to load up. As you saw, it popped up. This is her customized screen that she was able to do. But what you do is you see on the bottom, it'll have all the different options. From the emulation that we use, again, is Auto Bleem. Auto Bleem is the emulated system that we utilize to use the PlayStation games. So I think I did some videos before to show you what the really games that we have already on this. But by pressing the start button, as you can see, we're going to press start. It's going to start setting itself up. It's going to go on and show all the different games that we have set up on this. So give it a few seconds. It's loading. Okay, as you can see, it came up again. Let's see if I can lower this a little bit. Maybe it's too high for you. There we go. Okay. That's the Sonic beat, huh? You like that?
Sonic 2.
She picked the Sonic 2 beat. All right, so as you can see, all the different games. As you know, as you could tell by the actual box itself, it only had 20 games. Right now, we have about, what, 200-300? Something like that. All the different games, Austin Powers. So I think I went through this before when I showed that we were still working on updates. All the different crashes, but all the different games are here. Games that we like, but as long as you have the memory, we have a 128-bit, what is that, 128, right? Gigabyte, 128 gigabyte flash thumb drive. So we were able to put all that into it. So, but that gave us a lot of space that we could put as many games as we wanted, as you can see. So we're gonna go back and look at the Pepsi Man. Also, this gives you the option of saving games, so you can actually play, and it gives you 4 different ports. Right, so you could go ahead and save the game multiple times. A lot of these games, you got to be able to do that. But we're going to go ahead and go back. We're going to go back to where we were. Now, so again, that was Auto Bleem. You press the start button, it brings you to Auto Bleem. Now we're going to go ahead to the Retro Arch. That's where the big fun stuff comes in. For me, anyway. If you love retro, bam, here we're going to go retro right now. This will bring you to a menu that'll bring up all the different consoles that we have. So I'm just going to show you pretty much what we have real quick. Obviously, the different games we've been playing. As you can see, Dracula, that's Mondo of Blood, Ghouls and Ghosts. These are the games we've been playing. Also, it has a history. It saves all the different games we were playing. Okay, now here we go. Different consoles, we were able to put the emulations in here. So this system right here actually has over 10,000 games we were able to put. That's with the systems and everything involved. Over 10,000 games from arcade to all the different consoles, from Neo Geo to NES to Atari 26. As you can see, the whole Atari 2600 library is in here, as well as the 7800. We didn't feel like we needed to really put the 5200 into it, because the 5200 really didn't have any direct games for it itself. The games were pretty much the 2600 games with that were updated because of the graphics. Atari Lynx, all the Atari Lynx games are on it. But as I say, the 7800, the whole library is in there. Here goes Auto Bleem again. It'll bring up all the different games that we have for the PlayStation, the actual PlayStation 1. The Wonder Swan Color, I'm not very familiar with this, but I know this is a Japanese console, a handheld console, and they also had the color one, and they had the regular one. Here goes the arcade different titles that we have. This is Neo Geo games. The Neo Geo
Neo
Arcade.
Geo Arcade.
All the Neo Geo Arcade games that we ever wanted, they're all here. They look fantastic. They look great. They work great. Vectrex system. I actually have the whole library of the Vectrex system games in here, as well as now main. Here go the classic arcade titles that we have in here. Now, what do we have? Like 300 or 400 of them.
There's
in
a
here?
lot in there.
There's this. I mean, you can see they're all alphabetized. They're all set up. They're all in here. All arcade titles. They work great. I'm going to give you guys a taste of it after I talk about this real quick. The TurboGrafx, the PC Engine. All the games are in here. We have the TurboGrafx CD. It has their games. We don't have all of them, the games, but we have quite a few of those. We have the Super Graphics. We only have about 5 of these games in here.
Those are PC games.
Right? No, those are no PC game is TurboGrafx, but that's a Super Graphics console. The Game Boy Advance guys, all Game Boy Advance games that we ever wanted. Game Boy Color. We're going back now, as you can see. We're going back. The regular Game Boy, the actual Game Boy games. All right, we're playing them on the big screen. The Nintendo 64. This is where the issue came up when it came to the analog stick. Remember?
Yeah.
We're having issues on getting this to recognize an analog controller. For instance, we have PS3 controllers. They're saying that it's possible for it to do it with a thing called RetroDo or something like that. But I'm curious to see how that would work. But I'm going to look into that. That would definitely make these games more accessible. Mm-hmm. Even though we have them, we really can't enjoy them because you need the analog to play the 64. You got the Nintendo DS games. They look fantastic. NES, guys. Classic. The whole NES library is all in here. The Super Nintendo, love this console. I've always loved this console. One of my top all-time favorite consoles, right behind the PlayStation 2. All the Virtual Boy games. So we're seeing red here. 32X games. Got the whole 32X library. We have Dreamcast. A few games, again, because of the analog issue, right? We can't really enjoy them as much as we want to. So I'm waiting to add more games to it. But once I'm able to solve that, I think I'll give an update on that and show you guys. Here we go. Game Gear games. All Game Gear titles. Sega Master System titles. Here we got this the Genesis, the Mega Drive. Here we got the Sega CD. We've got quite a few Sega CD games in here. They work great. The Sega 1000, which is actually the Sega Master System before it came here. Neo Geo Pocket Color. Got quite a few of those. The regular Neo Geo Pocket. Just a few of the games, really. I'm still working on that. Some PlayStation Portable games. Going back against any analog issue. Until we were able to solve that, I can't really enjoy it. So that's why I only have a couple of them just to see what they look like. But they look great, actually. And they sound great. And then here goes the another section that I created for just PlayStation again. That plays on the autoplay. So this is what we were able to do. I'm just going to give you guys a quick look at what some of these look like. Let's just do Castlevania for the portable PSP. Press start. As you can see, it brings you the option. You have a save. You have everything here. You run it with the X button. The game will come on. And if I have a save option, it'll also have the save option that I can play it. Give it a few seconds. It's loading up right now. As you can see, this game has an autosave feature. It's telling you immediately. We're going to go click yes. As you can see, the outline of the portable is right in front of you. The game is loading up right now. It takes a few seconds, but it is coming up. Konami, this is the Castlevania game for the portable. I mean, it looks great. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look how cool this is. Isn't that pretty cool? But let's skip all this. Let's play the game. Castlevania this is the Chronicles. We're going to press the game. I'm just going to go ahead and press start. As you can see, I was already created. Did I do that? I think I did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing it. I really didn't do anything. I just wanted to test it. Look at this. How freaking awesome is this? Come on, just play. Uh-oh. Okay, dude. Come on, get over it. This guy's gonna kick my butt, isn't he? Oh, yeah. Get over here. I don't want to bore you guys. Really? I don't have anything to throw. That's what it is. Oh, he got away. Anyway, if I want to get out of this, I'll just press start and select. I'll go back, close the content, and I'm back again. Didn't want you guys to see how terrible I was right there, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Go back again. O button. Now we're going to go back to where we were before. Neo Geo, the Sega CD games. All these games work perfectly. I don't know. What can I pick real quick to show them? Pick something, babe. I don't care what it is.
I don't know.
Pick you want to do, you know what? Let's do TurboGrafx, right? Let's pick anything on TurboGrafx. Obviously, no. What did I do? I don't want to bore you guys. I just wanted you guys to see what we have here. What's a great one? Bloody Wolf, right? Let's do Bloody Wolf real quick. All these games work. We have over 10,000 games. Now I can honestly tell you for 25 bucks, some of our time invested in it, obviously, learning how to add the games to it, learning how to, how much space we need to make the games. This is worth it. Now it's actually worth it. It's actually the one console, we have to admit, that we've been using more. Am I correct?
Yes.
We've been using this more because the simple fact is we don't have to take everything out to play all the different games we want. We can actually keep it retro and play all the games we want without with the convenience of not having to move things around. So it makes it a lot of fun. So I really wanted to share this with you guys. I didn't want to rush it. Just have a seat, babe. Have a seat. I just wanted to share this with you guys to give you guys a quick idea. If you guys have any questions, please write to us. Let us know. We'll try to answer them as best possible. If you want to look at any specific games, we'll definitely do another video to show you guys. I don't want to bore you guys too much. I really want to say, though, I really appreciate myself, and I'm speaking for the whole RodzSquad crew. It's been extremely busy, and it's been life-changing experiences within the last few months for us. A few things have changed, but we're here. We strive, we keep moving, and we try to keep things retro, especially how tense things nowadays, right? Mm-hmm. We got a lot of our boys and girls out there being sent out overseas now because of some issues that is going on up with our government right now. Don't like to talk about politics. I really don't. So when I come home, just to get away from it all, it's always fun to keep it retro, isn't it? And so that dude, the guy who gave some kind words today and bumped into me in the supermarket, thank you so much for your support, man. I really appreciate it. It was a nice surprise to have somebody tap me in the back and say they like what we do. So thanks again. And again, we're easily accessible. We're always around. So if you guys ever see us in the street, by all means, stop by and stop us and say hello, because we definitely would appreciate it. So from me and from all of us, Happy New Year. More videos to come from RodzSquad Retro Reviews. Keep it retro. Happy New Year 2020.